when CDA is up there, we are down here. The voices from the ground, they listen to the voices from the ground, they listen to the voices from the practitioners, they listen to the voices from the academia and all the institutions all together. You know, even the voices that come right from the community feel that they belong. So it's like CDA embraces everyone. And you know, when you have a tool that you can play around with and use it the way you like and give the results back, that is where practitioners get their satisfaction.
So my name is Millicent Ouchotieno. I am one of the founding members of Local Capacities for Peace International. I do peace and security work, but mainly when I talk of security, we talk about community policing and safety, and mainly also working with the police forces, trying to work with the community to see how to create building bridge and trust building and confidence building between the community and the police.
My name is Roslyn Onunga. I am the CEO for Local Capacities for Peace International. We are also involved in alternative dispute resolution mechanisms. Mediation is a real big deal for us because there are several cases in court that the government feels can easily be mediated outside court. So we have been involved in trainings on mediation, on dispute resolution. Currently, we are involved in activities with the Lake Region Economic Bloc. Our Lake Region Economic Bloc consists of 14 counties involved in investment and development in their different counties. And so we are also involved in peace building and conflict transformation work with them, whereby they are also involved in mediation training. They are trying to inculcate conflict sensitivity in their programs. In fact, that one has been a big part. We have been able to come up with a conflict transformation framework together with them. We are going with them step by step using that manual to ensure that they inculcate conflict sensitivity in their development work.
I got involved in this work through the Do No Harm project, CDA. There was a pilot project that was set up to look at the work in the Horn of Africa and mainly to disseminate and popularize the Do No Harm tool. Then it was called Local Capacities for Peace framework, you know, and that's where the name comes from, because it was a project. It was a 5-year project. It was Local Capacities for Peace in the Horn of Africa. And so our role was to try and see how to inculcate the conflict sensitivity and specifically the Do No Harm as a planning tool, monitoring tool, and also as a philosophy. So coming into the Do No Harm was no-brainer, because it was like we had seen the unintended negative side effects that sometimes interventions can have. And so when the project ended, we felt, when I say we, I mean with some of the trainers that had been part of the network, because the project created a network and a pool of trainers and a pool of practitioners that were working at different levels, both from the community level to the international level. And so we felt that we had already put in a lot of effort. The project had gained traction. People were demanding for more services. People wanted knowledge on Do No Harm. And we thought it would be such a waste to just let the project die. And that gave birth to Local Capacities for Peace International. We believe that without the policymakers, some of the work we are doing will not be complete, and therefore our impact will be limited. As we embrace some of the tools, including the RPP, the Reflecting on Peace Practices, we know that our peace work must tackle both peace writ little, moving towards peace writ large. So to that extent, we have been working in collaboration with the Auschwitz Institute, and we are housed under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the committee that looks at issues of prevention of mass atrocity crimes and crimes against humanity. And we sit in that committee as the chair of the resource mobilization and partnership. We have also been working with GAMAC, the Global Action Against Mass Atrocity, and in the Africa Working Group. We feel privileged in that space because then it reinforces and strengthens some of the learning and also feeding back in terms of methodologies, specifically looking at conflict early warning and real-time response, and working towards more preventative rather than curative approaches to conflict transformation. And for that reason, we have been working with both women, youths, men, and the faith-based institutions, as well as traditional mechanisms, conflict resolution mechanisms, to promote the culture of peace and non-violent practice, alternative to violence, as a practice, as a way of life.